Hard-fought game. Knew it would be. Pleased with the result, obviously. Don't think we played great defensively, but some of that is a credit to Cal. I thought their kids played really hard. They're aggressive downhill drivers, and they were able to make some tough shots. And they put you in a predicament of you don't want to foul them, and they shoot a bunch of free throws. So we really talked about that leading into the game, but maybe we got a little soft, but we had a hard time guarding the ball tonight a little bit better than we usually do. Really proud of Viktor for fighting through. He's been sick. Really got a little bit of a fever after the game and didn't feel very well that night. And after the Stanford game, and then the next couple days, he just hasn't done anything. Hadn't practiced. Wasn't going to play him. And then we just talked about maybe putting him in there if we needed him in the second half. And at halftime, I talked to him, and he said, "I'm ready to go, Coach." So we put him out there, and I thought he was a factor in the game for us. So it was a good win, hard fought. Give Cal kids and Coach Madsen a lot of credit. I thought their guys really came in here and played with a ton of energy and made us really work hard to win.
Were you saying he was sick since the Miami game?
He's had a cold. It's just kind of been off and on. Just feels like he's coughing regularly, and I think we're looking into some things. But it really started right around Stanford again is when it got. He had a little bit of a fever, maybe a day or two before, and then after the game he felt really bad for the next 24 hours or whatever, and kept him away from the team, and brought him back in here today to see what he was like, and decided if we need him, we'll use him. Otherwise, try not to. So.
What did you see from Cal tonight to make you guys want to use Viktor in the second half?
Just that it was a hard game. We couldn't get away from them. I thought they scored the ball. They made some hard shots. Stojakovic makes hard shots. Wilkinson can create. Their little point guard made threes tonight, made 3 threes. We just didn't have as much defensive juice as we seemed to have had. Offensively, we were pretty good. It's kind of an interesting game. You look at the stat sheet. We have 18 assists, 12 turnovers. They were very aggressive against us. We knew they'd be aggressive, but they were probably a little more aggressive. They were trapping every post, and guys were helping strong off gaps. And, it created some offense for us. When we handled it and got it out, we got some open shots, and so we got some assists. They only had 6 assists. But their guards made like 21 out of 34 shots. I mean, they made a lot of one-on-one shots and tough plays, and they got good offensive players, and they're aggressive and they space you, and we just didn't handle it as well.
You said coming into the season, your team was going to be a work in progress, maybe until January. Where do you think you are now in that process?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pleased with where we are. We're 4-0 in the league, and like I told you, I said we had a good non-conference. We didn't have a great non-conference, but we had a good non-conference, and we're still we're trying to figure it out. We're trying to, we need to keep working our bench. That's the only thing I'm disappointed and didn't play my bench a little bit. I thought Dell was really good. Christian got us off to a fine start. He played fine in his minutes tonight. But we need to keep developing our bench for the long haul. The 16 more games we got to go. It's a long distance race, and we're a little sickly right now. We've had a couple guys have some colds, and we're a little beat up. We've got a couple guys. Chase has got an ankle, and that's been bothering him, and Ian's got some things that have been bothering him, and it's we just kind of that time of year where you've been going at it, little things flare up, and we're playing some of these guys a lot of minutes, so we got to be smart as a staff and try to manage that.
I feel like you look at this game and you're like, all right, Ian had a great performance after a couple of games. He's kind of been slugging through. Chauncey showed great confidence that we haven't seen. Chase took points that they were giving him rather than forcing bad shots. I mean, there's so many things that I feel like I'm watching this game and I'm looking at this box score and going,
Offensively, we were good. I mean, 61 or 2%, 18 assists. the 12 turnovers a little bit much. That needs to be about 8 or 9. That would have been better. But, yeah, we had to make shots because they kept the pressure on by making so many tough shots and just attacking us and scoring. They kept the pressure on. We won this one more with our offense maybe than our defense. We beat Stanford more with our defense.
I know you like to push from the defense. Is that what you kind of seem like?
I'm a little tired is
Okay.
what I am. I'm tired. This was hard, and it's been hard. I don't like the 8:30 waiting around all day. We've been, doing a lot of things. Maybe it helped with Victor to have us more time. I don't know if he would have played at noon if he would have felt as well. But and then obviously we've got Louisville on Tuesday, so I've got whatever it is. I'll be up late and up again early. It's just the grind of the season. The games come quick. Yeah, I'll try to take an hour here after the game and enjoy it a little bit, maybe smile a little more. But believe me, I'm happy. I'm happy. This was hard fought. I told our team this is we just play so many more games than football that this is just part of it. You just have to fight through some things, and other teams are going to play well, and you're going to have a hard time guarding certain guys. I said on the radio to Tim Beret that Stojakovic could be a problem for us. We don't have a Chauncey's a big wing, but he doesn't move like a big wing. I mean, he's kind of a 3-4. He's got some post movement in him, and our guards are 6'3", and he's 6'6", and he can play over top, and he moves well. And obviously, he had 30. I mean, we really didn't have an answer for him, and so he could continue to put pressure on us throughout the game. So the stress of that was hard. This was a game that I knew was going to be much more difficult than maybe our players thought originally, right? You just kind of aren't sure, and you want to take a deep breath, but they just keep coming. You got to go.
Coach, in the last 2 games, a marked improvement in the second half. What do you attribute that to for this game?
I don't know. I'm disappointed. Or slow starts is the other way of looking at it. I think Dylan helps us some because he has a little more. We're a little faster. It's what I'm talking about. Chauncey's a good player, but when we play him at the 3, sometimes we just don't have as much team speed to start, and sometimes it's the jolt of Dylan going in the game, jolts us, and then Chauncey usually goes in at the 4 the next time, and sometimes he plays well at the 4, even better than the 3. It just kind of a mix. I don't know. We've obviously talked about it because we've had several games where we've started very average, I don't know what it was today that made us play a little bit better. It just felt like work the whole time.
How do you balance, building a stronger bench while also trying to compete with games and maybe the bench?
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, they have to play well to earn the. It's like I said after the last game. Dell has practiced really well here recently. Probably the last week he's practiced much better than the previous couple weeks towards the end of the semester. He was I think it was all the school and all the things going on, and there's just a lot. And he wasn't practicing as well as he was maybe in November. And then after Christmas, he's practiced very well. That's why I was so shocked that he played so poorly against Stanford. But I wanted to get him back out there today and see if we could get him going, and he gave us a lot of good minutes. But it is a fine line. Miles was really good against Stanford. He wasn't quite as good today. It's just it's part of it. These guys don't get as long a leash either, so it's hard.
Any more questions for Coach?
Okay. All right. Thanks everybody.